Hi everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo with another video for you, and it is also following the contest format. Rachel TheMusicMam has a contest going on, the 666 Sign of the Devil contest to celebrate that she reached the threshold of 666 subscribers. So yeah, the concept is, to show some records that are devilish or whatever, satanic maybe, just in their general appearance or whatever. And I haven't seen her original contest post about this. Have watched a few other people, in their entries. I liked what Steve Carlson did in that he showed sort of, he showed an equal number of the devil records, and then, as a counterpoint, an equal number of heavenly records. And I kind of like that notion. I don't know if that was part of the original concept, but I like the yin and yang aspect of that presentation. Whatever, here is my entry for what it's worth, and just, show some records, that's what it's all about. Okay, so the first one, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be showing this one. It's one that, boom, it just comes to mind. And that is, of course, for me, the debut Black Sabbath. And, there's the name Black Sabbath. And then there's also the whole concept to me, I could be wrong, but the whole concept to me of this album is of a black mass. So it's just really creepy cover. I think this is one of the first records that I ever bought on my own, ages ago when I was in junior high school. Still love this. First two Black Sabbath albums I really, really love. The only ones I own. Okay. Then, the counterpoint, or yinning and yanging, is going to be George Harrison, and the song is My Sweet Lord, from this sort of box set, the 3-album release of All Things Must Pass. Everybody knows about the long saga and story about the lawsuit or whatever, but great song. Love it. Love this album. So there's our yin and yang for the first. The next one, you with a lot of these contests, you got to expect I'm going to show some Zappa. And of course, I'm going to show this one, Zappa in New York. The song in particular is Titties and Beer, in which drummer Terry Bozzio plays the devil in this little stage antic that he and Frank go through, because Frank is portraying this person who was hanging out with his girlfriend, drinking beer, and then the devil takes her and eats her up, and he's negotiating with the devil to get his Chrissy back. So yeah, great little skit in there. So that's Titties and Beer from Zappa in New York. So the counterpoint is this one, Shakti, with John McLaughlin. This was a project of John McLaughlin, and the song in particular that I'm mentioning here is I am dancing at the feet of my Lord, all is bliss, all is bliss. Remember when I first heard this, just really, really amazing song, amazing music. Picked this up when I first picked this up, because obviously I do not have, for those of you who know, obviously I do not have any of the records that I originally owned. I traded them for CDs in the 90s, but this was one I had. and just wonderful, wonderful music. All right, now moving on, we have this one here, American Beauty, The Grateful Dead, and of course the song is Friend of the Devil. Friend of the Devil is a friend of mine. So wonderful, wonderful song. Among my favorite Grateful Dead albums, my favorite is Working Man's Dead. Whether it's going to be a studio or live recording, I just love Working Man's Dead. But anyway, this is right up there as well, and that's just a wonderful, wonderful song. And then our counterpoint, it's another Frank Zappa album, and that's this one here. I have at the moment, this is my only copy, so it's a Japanese pressing of You Are What You Is. And the song is Heavenly Bank Account. So it's kind of a heavenly song, but of course, it's a rip on television, evangelicals, and evangelists. Frank was just loved ripping on them because, in his opinion, television evangelists, word messes me up because it's taken me a while to get the pronunciation for the anime series Evangelion, correct. So it messes me up sometimes. But anyway, he was very famous for targeting these charlatans. And this is a really good song. I just kind of wish that, Frank was still around, because I'm sure he would just love to be skewering Joel Osteen, I think is how you say his name. Because if there ever was a televangelist person who is very likely a fraud, it would be him. So moving on back to songs with the devil, classic, the song Sympathy for the Devil. And the version of this song on this live album, Get Your Ya-Ya's Out by the Rolling Stones, is just phenomenal. The guitar playing is just really, really incredible on this whole concert. And I should have looked it up first, but it seems like that all that mayhem that occurred at Altamont was during this song. So, I don't know. But anyway, it's a great song. This is a great recording of it. And then to go back to the heavenly side, probably a little unusual on this, as I'm going toward the more orchestral choral side. And that's this release of Benjamin Britten's. This is a ceremony of carols, hymn to St. Cecilia and Missa Brevis as the King's College Choir, performing, conducted by David Wilcox. And it's got the lyrics on the back to the choral pieces that the choir is singing. Very, very heavenly piece. And Britten is a composer who wrote a lot of choral pieces, operas, as well as some orchestral pieces. I could have chosen Neues Flud, which is another very, very good one. I found out about Benjamin Britten by watching the film, the Wes Anderson film, Moonlight Kingdom. And Neues Flud, or Noah's Flood, plays a key role in that film. But this is a very beautiful, very heavenly, in my opinion, recording of that piece. So, there you have it. Those are my entries for Rachel's 666 contest. Had fun with this. I hope you enjoy it. And please remember to Pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.